If you're a man over 60 and you've noticed your erections getting softer, taking longer to respond, or disappearing altogether, I want you to pause and really hear this, because the truth is, you're not alone, and you're not broken. Millions of older men quietly suffer in silence. They feel ashamed, disconnected, like they're fading into the background of their own lives. And worse, most of them have been told that this is just part of getting old. But what if it's not? What if the real reason isn't age, but what your body's not getting anymore? I'm not talking about medication, hormone shots, or uncomfortable conversations at the doctor's office. I'm talking about 5 powerful, everyday foods, 5 simple nuts you can buy at any grocery store that are helping men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s reclaim energy, restore confidence, and wake up with erections they haven't felt in years. These nuts are backed by science. They restore blood flow, support natural testosterone, and rebuild the quiet strength that so many men think is gone forever. And in just a moment, I'm going to walk you through exactly how they work, one by one. But first, if you believe that aging shouldn't mean giving up on vitality or intimacy, subscribe to Golden Minds right now. Tap the bell so you never miss a video designed specifically for men like you, men who want to live stronger, longer, and on their own terms. And if anything I've said so far hits home, type "I'm ready" in the comments. Let's reclaim what's yours, starting today. 1. Walnuts, the nighttime ally that quietly brings morning strength. Back now, if you're still with me, I want to start with something simple, something you might already have sitting in your kitchen cabinet. Walnuts. Yes, the humble little brain-shaped nut that often gets overlooked in snack bowls or holiday dishes. But for older men who felt that gradual, silent fading of desire, of performance, of confidence, this unassuming nut can be the start of something life-changing. Let me introduce you to someone. Frank, a 71-year-old retired mailman from Ohio. Frank told me that for years he just assumed the intimacy part of his life was behind him. His mornings were quiet, his nights even quieter. He missed the spark, not just with his wife, but with himself. That inner sense of vitality felt like it had quietly packed up and left. Then something changed, not with a prescription, not in a doctor's office, but in his kitchen one night when he started eating 6 walnut halves before bed. At first, he thought it was just coincidence, but after a week, he noticed something different. His sleep was deeper. He felt more rested in the morning. And then, that long-lost signal from his body, morning firmness, came back. What makes walnuts so powerful isn't magic. It's L-arginine, an amino acid your body uses to produce nitric oxide, the key molecule that widens blood vessels and allows blood to flow fully where it's needed most. Think of it like your body's natural green light for arousal. But here's the challenge. As men age, nitric oxide production declines sharply. That's where walnuts step in. They don't force your body, they fuel it. Naturally, but that's not all. Walnuts also contain omega-3 fatty acids, the same heart-healthy fats that reduce inflammation and protect your arteries. And melatonin, the hormone that regulates deep, restorative sleep. Why does that matter? Because most of your testosterone is produced while you sleep, especially during deep, uninterrupted rest. When Frank added walnuts before bed, he wasn't just snacking, he was giving his body the exact building blocks it needed to repair, recover, and reawaken. And that's exactly what began to happen. You see, strength isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet. It shows up in the calm confidence of waking up feeling alive again. It's in the look you give your partner, not because you have to, but because something inside you wants to. And this is why I call walnuts the nighttime ally. They're gentle, restorative, and deeply effective. Not a quick fix, but a powerful, consistent signal to your body that you're ready to reclaim what time tried to take. So tonight, I encourage you, try it. Just 6 walnut halves. No pressure, no expectations. Let your body remember what it's capable of, because sometimes the strongest changes begin when you're asleep. 2. Brazil nuts. The testosterone spark most men are missing. If walnuts help restore quiet strength overnight, Brazil nuts are the spark that gets the engine running again. Let me tell you about Raymond, a 68-year-old former high school coach from Arizona. Raymond always prided himself on being active, gardening, walking every morning, keeping his tools in perfect order. But in his words, he started to feel like the pilot light went out. His energy dipped, motivation faded, and intimacy. That disappeared so gradually he barely noticed, until one day he realized he didn't feel like himself anymore. What turned things around wasn't some high-priced supplement or complicated hormone therapy. It was something surprisingly small, something he almost laughed at when he first heard it. One Brazil nut a day. You see, Brazil nuts are like nature's secret testosterone booster. They're one of the richest natural sources of selenium, a trace mineral that's easy to overlook, but absolutely essential for men's health after 60. Here's why selenium matters. It plays a major role in your body's ability to produce testosterone, the hormone responsible for energy, muscle tone, mood, and yes, sexual function. It's also vital for creating glutathione, one of the body's most powerful antioxidants. Glutathione helps protect blood vessels from damage, keeps your immune system sharp, and supports healthy blood flow, especially in areas where circulation matters most. But here's the catch. Many older men are deficient in selenium and don't even know it. And no, a multivitamin usually doesn't cover it. That's where Brazil nuts come in. Just one or two a day, not more, is enough to meet your entire daily selenium requirement. They're large, buttery, and slightly sweet, often found in mixed nut bags or bulk bins at your local store. You can add them to breakfast or just enjoy them on their own with your morning coffee. It's that simple. After 2 weeks of adding a single Brazil nut to his routine, Raymond started feeling different. His energy wasn't just back, it was steady. His mood lifted, and something even more personal returned: desire. He told me with a quiet smile, "I didn't think I'd feel that again, but it's back, and it's real." This is the beauty of Brazil nuts. They don't just boost hormones, they restore identity. They remind your body that it still has the power to function, to connect, to respond. So if you felt yourself fading, if the mirror shows a man who's still capable but tired, try this tiny habit. Just one Brazil nut in the morning. No hype, no pressure. Just nature doing what it does best, supporting you from the inside out. Because the fire is still there. It just needs the right spark. 3. Pistachios, the performance snack with surprising power. Now, once that inner spark starts to flicker again, like it did for Raymond with Brazil nuts, you want to keep it burning. And for that, you'll need something that supports stamina, endurance, and responsiveness. This next nut isn't just about hormones, it's about flow, circulation, oxygen, and life. Let me introduce you to Carlos, a 73-year-old jazz musician from New Orleans. Carlos had always been known for his rhythm, on stage and off, but over time, he told me, his timing started slipping. He still loved his partner deeply, but intimacy began to feel like work instead of joy. His confidence faltered, and that sense of effortless connection, it faded. Everything changed when he added pistachios to his daily routine. Pistachios are more than a tasty snack. They're one of the few foods proven in clinical studies to improve erectile function, libido, and satisfaction, without any medications, harsh chemicals, or side effects. The secret lies in their unique nutrient profile. They're rich in L-arginine, an amino acid that converts into nitric oxide in your body. If that sounds familiar, it should. Just like with walnuts, nitric oxide is the molecule that tells your blood vessels to relax and open up. This allows blood to flow freely and fully, especially where it matters most. But pistachios bring something else to the table: pleasure. They're satisfying. They have a subtle sweetness and a crunch that hits the spot. And they're rich in healthy fats, fiber, and antioxidants, which help improve cholesterol levels and reduce inflammation. 2 silent enemies of healthy male performance. For Carlos, it wasn't just the blood flow that improved, it was his confidence. Within a few weeks, he felt more in sync, not only physically, but emotionally. He started flirting again, laughing more, and that playful spark he thought was lost, it returned stronger than ever. There's even more to love. Pistachios help regulate blood sugar and curb cravings, making them a powerful tool for managing weight and belly fat, both of which are directly linked to testosterone levels. And the best part? They're easy. Just a small handful, about 1 to 2 ounces a day, can create lasting benefits. You can keep a bowl in the kitchen, in your car, or right next to your favorite chair. They're a snack you'll actually look forward to, one that works quietly in the background to support your energy, mood, and intimate life. So if you've been feeling like you're out of rhythm, like the beat of your body has gone quiet, try pistachios. Let them be the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. Because the music of your life isn't over. It just needs the right instruments to start playing again. 4. Hazelnuts, the overlooked nut that nurtures nerves, mood, and male vitality. After you've started rebuilding circulation and waking up that deeper sense of energy, like Carlos did with pistachios, you might notice something surprising. Your emotional state begins to shift too. That's where hazelnuts come in. Hazelnuts are often overlooked in favor of flashier options, but they hold something special, especially for older men who've been feeling mentally foggy, emotionally flat, or just not as plugged in as they used to be. Let me introduce Sam, a 70-year-old widower and retired railroad mechanic from Pennsylvania. After losing his wife, Sam slowly withdrew. His sleep was off, his memory felt a bit foggy, and his motivation dipped. When he finally opened up, he told me something that stuck. "I'm not sad. I just feel a little disconnected, like I'm running low on power." Sam wasn't looking for a miracle. He just wanted to feel like himself again. That's when he began adding hazelnuts to his morning oatmeal. Hazelnuts are rich in vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that protects your cells, especially the delicate lining of your blood vessels and nerve endings. But that's not all. They're also packed with manganese, copper, and healthy fats that support brain function, mood stability, and even prostate health, a quiet concern for many men over 60. What makes hazelnuts different from the other nuts we've talked about is their unique ability to support the nervous system. While L-arginine and selenium help with blood flow and hormones, hazelnuts step in where communication between brain and body begins, your nerve signals. That's critical because arousal isn't just physical, it's also emotional and neurological. If those nerve signals are weak, even healthy blood flow and hormones won't give you the full experience. Within 3 weeks of adding a small handful of hazelnuts, around 10 to 12 per day, Sam said he felt more alert. He started remembering small things again, like the names of songs from his youth. He even cracked a joke during his check-in call, something his daughter said she hadn't heard in a while. This is the power of nourishment that works quietly and steadily. Hazelnuts don't shout. They stabilize. They gently support the parts of you that keep you sharp, grounded, and responsive, both emotionally and physically. If you're someone who's been feeling a little off lately, maybe not depressed, but not entirely yourself, hazelnuts might be exactly what your body's been craving. Add them to your breakfast, toss them in a salad, or enjoy them as an afternoon pick-me-up. Keep it simple and let your body do the rest. Because staying vibrant isn't just about stamina. It's also about clarity, memory, and connection. And sometimes all it takes is the right handful of support. 5. Pine nuts, the silent fuel for strength, balance, and hormone health. Once clarity starts returning, like it did for Sam with hazelnuts, you may find yourself wanting more than just awareness. You want balance, strength that lasts through the day, hormones that work in harmony, and maybe even a little help staying lean around the middle. That's where pine nuts come in. Now, pine nuts aren't the first thing most men think of when it comes to performance. They're tiny, subtle, and usually tossed into pesto or sprinkled on salad. But don't be fooled by their size. These little seeds, yes, they're technically seeds from pine cones, are one of the most hormonally intelligent foods you can eat after 60. Let me tell you about Don, a 66-year-old landscaper from Oregon. Don had always worked with his hands. His job kept him active, but recently he'd started putting on weight around the middle. His energy lagged in the afternoons, and he admitted something that took courage. "My drive just isn't there anymore. I want it to be, but I feel off." That feeling, like your gears are slipping, is often connected to low zinc and magnesium levels, two minerals that play a huge role in testosterone production, nerve firing, and daily energy. Pine nuts happen to be loaded with both. But there's more. Pine nuts also contain a unique compound called pinolenic acid, a fatty acid that signals fullness and helps curb appetite. That means you feel more satisfied after meals, which naturally supports weight management without strict dieting. And why does that matter for intimacy? Because carrying extra belly fat doesn't just slow you down. It lowers testosterone and increases estrogen in men. When Don started adding a spoonful of pine nuts to his breakfast, just 1 tablespoon a day, he began noticing subtle changes. He wasn't reaching for snacks as often. His pants fit a bit looser. And one day his wife asked, "You seem more upbeat lately. Something shift?" That's the beauty of pine nuts. They don't force results. They work quietly, balancing your hormones, fueling your body, and helping you feel more centered in yourself again. You can sprinkle them on eggs, blend them into oatmeal, or just enjoy them by the spoonful. They've got a warm, buttery flavor that's easy to love. And because they're nutrient-dense, a little goes a long way. So if you've been feeling a little out of alignment, physically or emotionally, consider pine nuts your quiet recalibration. 1 spoonful a day. One more step towards strength that doesn't just show up in the bedroom, but in the way you carry yourself all day long. Because real power isn't loud. It's steady, rooted, present. And sometimes the strongest change begins with something as small as a seed. Bonus, a simple daily routine to bring it all together. Now by this point, you've learned that these 5 nuts, walnuts, Brazil nuts, pistachios, hazelnuts, and pine nuts, each offer something unique. They support your blood flow, hormones, nerve health, energy, and mood in ways that can quietly but powerfully change how you feel as a man over 60. But here's the best part. You don't need to eat them all at once or overhaul your diet overnight. In fact, the most lasting changes come from small, steady habits. Let me show you how to build these nuts into your day, naturally and simply, just like George, a 74-year-old retired bus driver from Michigan, who started with just 1 nut and slowly built a routine that now supports his energy, performance, and confidence like never before. Here's a sample daily rhythm based on what's worked for men like George. Morning. Start your day with 1 Brazil nut and a spoonful of pine nuts. You can enjoy them with breakfast, sprinkle them over oatmeal, or just eat them as is. These two help set your testosterone, metabolism, and focus for the day ahead. Midday or afternoon, grab a small handful of pistachios, about 1 to 2 ounces, as a snack. They'll keep your energy stable, help reduce cravings, and fuel your blood flow naturally. Many men notice a more responsive body when they do this consistently. Evening. With dinner or just after, enjoy 10 to 12 hazelnuts. They support nerve health, emotional connection, and help wind your body down gently after a full day. Before bed. About 30 minutes before you turn in, eat 6 walnut halves. Their L-arginine, melatonin, and omega-3s help your blood vessels recover while you sleep, supporting stronger morning performance and deeper rest. This routine isn't rigid. It's a framework, a gentle guide you can personalize. You don't have to be perfect. Even starting with 1 or 2 of these steps can make a meaningful difference. What matters most is that you start, that you listen to your body, and that you give yourself the chance to feel strong, steady, and present again. Because these aren't just nuts, they're tools. And when used with care and consistency, they can help you reclaim more than just performance. They help you reconnect with your energy, your confidence, and your sense of self. Small steps, real change. That's how transformation begins. If you've made it this far, you've already done something most men never do. You've stopped accepting decline as your only option, and you've started listening to what your body is quietly asking for. You've learned about 5 simple, powerful nuts: walnuts, Brazil nuts, pistachios, hazelnuts, and pine nuts, each with their own ability to support your strength, energy, confidence, and connection as you age. Not with gimmicks or quick fixes, but with real nourishment that works with your body, not against it. This journey isn't about chasing youth. It's about honoring who you are right now, a man who still has so much life left to live, to love, to enjoy. And sometimes reclaiming that vitality doesn't mean doing more. It just means doing smarter, adding one good thing at a time. Start with one habit, one nut, one small change. Let your body respond. Let it surprise you, because you are not past your prime. You are not broken. You are a man who still deserves to feel strong, seen, and alive. And here at Golden Minds, we're with you every step of the way. So if this message resonates, subscribe now and tap the bell for more practical, empowering videos made just for men over 60. Then drop a comment below. I'm ready. If you're taking the first step today, because this chapter, it's yours to write. And the best part, it starts now.